hold it, they're gonna shoot up. So this is it. We made $155 so far, and we have one runner. Let's see how far it's gonna go high. Now, right now, the next stop, if we break through this low volume node here, which was the opening of the cash session, if we break through this, the next stop would be 75.54, which is somewhere around here.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Oh, another iceberg. I already told you what iceberg means.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Another one. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. Two icebergs, the same size, got free. So these 484 removed all that big order block of passive buyers.
Alert iceberg on ES.
And we see a bunch of icebergs coming in. So let's see. They ran through this. Now if we bounce, the bounce would be real. Or if we go through them, that would be real. So let's see. Should I go? Yeah, too late. Look at this. Yeah, I was thinking, should I go in or not? But it's okay. You can't catch all these trades. Sometimes you need to be super fast. Are live today. Hello everyone. Welcome back. Let me see, you're seeing this screen. Okay, welcome back to another live review, chart review on order flow trading. Welcome back to my channel. Today, like other days, as I mentioned before, I'm trying to, let's say, do live chart reviews and trading at least once or twice a week. So another thing that I need to mention is that this is not financial advice, and this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And the trades that I'm taking, this is sim money. This is not real money. This is the basically prop firm evaluation account. At least a trade that I'm going to take today. So yeah, and now that we got that out of the way, let's look at the charts. And 1,300 contracts just sold. We took out our stop loss, but we are fine. Our stop loss was in profit. And the sellers apparently could, the market opened. I'm looking at S&P as well. I have two different computers, so that's why the other sets of monitors you can't see. Let me show you. What you're going to see is this one. We had an iceberg. This is the heat map showing you the resting orders and aggressive orders. But my main trading chart is this one, because what I really like to see is the volume profile and delta profile. So let's see what's happening right now. We are at the first 5 minutes of the market, 9:33 New York time, Eastern time. Normally I don't take any trades at this point, and I'll wait 15 to, let's say, 30 minutes to see the volume profile shaping. So this level, you see the big trades. This level might act as a resistance, but it's too soon to come to conclusion. These big trades couldn't push it down. It's coming back up. Let's look at the GEX. The GEX shows most of the gamma to the upside, 75.50 at this point. Oh, by the way, this is the ES chart. What I'm reading from the GEX is the S&P 500 chart. So right now, they're about 15 points apart. However, even though the GEX shows the huge volume on the top, I'm seeing that right now we are below the zero gamma. The zero gamma is 75.35. Right now we are at 75.25. So there might be, if we don't bounce back on into the positive gamma, there might be, before we get into the positive gamma, there might be some basically some swings to the downside too. What I'm going to do is that I normally don't rely on gamma earlier during the day. because the volume isn't enough for me to, come to conclusions on the gamma. So for now, we're waiting. So this level acted as a resistance. Let me go to 1 minute chart, because right now market is moving fast. Just go to 1 minute chart and plan our day based on that. Then we are going to shift to 3 minute chart. Yeah, maybe I should have, yeah, this acted as resistance. I knew that, but it's too late right now. I was looking at the gamma. That's why I missed this move. Huge trades, big trades came in. Buyers, aggressive buyers, try to buy them. This is another low volume node. This is too early to come to a conclusion on these. So I just draw it for now. What time is it? 9:38. So yeah, let's get closer to the 15 minutes time. The sellers are protecting this level. But apparently, look at this. This is the speed of the book. Buyers are going back in. If they go through this and they come and test, let's see. They're filling up this. Basically, this is an imbalance. When you see low volume node acts as an imbalance. This area is a balance. This area is in balance, or you call it fair value area. This area is in imbalance. Same as here. So far, they're building the balanced area. Let's see, how much are the puts? 940. What's this GEX from? 935. I'm waiting for the 940 GEX. So 7,500 GEX is picking up. Not bad. Let's look at the 7,500 puts. They were $7 going up. Yeah, this box could hold. Still too early though. Look at this. Bunch of aggressive buyers trying to push it up. If they break through, it's gonna go up to here, to this box. 75.36. We close the gap in S&P, creating another low volume node. 811. Wow, that's a huge chunk of contract. Look at these. They couldn't even. Okay, let me see. Look at the heat map. Are you seeing the heat map? So this is the heat map. They got this big chunk of basically passive order. Let's go back here. Where's the next stop? Next stop is 75.20. 75.20 is the weekly open. We are not in any trade right now. We are waiting for the right setup. We are not chasing. One thing you need to learn in trading is that never chase. I've done it before. Everybody has done it. Imagine if you chase after this big order and you see the retracement and you put your stop, let's say for example on top of this aggressive seller, you would get taken out. We have a bunch of buyers in this level as well.
Alert iceberg on ES.
The iceberg was on the sell side. So icebergs are passive, or let's say aggressive sellers or buyers that send their orders in a passive way. So what they do is that they are splitting their orders into like smaller pieces and send them instantly right after one another. So that's an iceberg. So basically, for example, you see 10 order blocks of, let's say, 20 lots or 20 contracts, and that 10 belongs to one person or one entity, and that equals to 200 order blocks. So if you buy 200 lots, for example, like this, everybody can see that aggressively. But if you, or if, for example, you put a 200 lot order here, people who are going to see that might front run you, meaning that they buy it before you and then sell it to you in order to sell it to you slightly higher or some like whatever, sell it to you higher a little bit later. So that makes these big market players or market participants to split their orders into smaller pieces and get them filled. So this is what we call it an iceberg. So a big order that's split into, let's say, 10 lots, 20 lots size orders that cannot be seen easily by basically, of course, if you have the right tool, you can kind of detect them because they normally come from the same ID. And when you see, for example, 10 orders of 20 lots within the very short period of time with the same ID, you know that this one participant that wanted to buy two or sell 200 contracts, but didn't want to basically show his hand on the market. So that's what we call iceberg. So the tip of the iceberg, for example, is like a fraction of the whole iceberg that you can see. So now this level is fighting it. Let's see what will happen. Is it gonna bounce? This shows that, let me go to 3-minute chart. It might cut the noise a little bit. Are we gonna bounce from here or not? That's the question. It looks like it. If we join in this part, it's gonna be quick scalp, probably somewhere up to here and then go back down. Because even though the buyers are super aggressive, they're not moving it that much. But the sellers are also stuck in this area. You see 800 contracts and like some larger trades and larger trades. So
Alert iceberg on ES.
okay, another iceberg. What was this? This was on the buy side. Okay, that's very interesting. So we might join the part. How many points is it? 75.24, 75. Oh, that's a huge. It's like 1-to-1 risk to return. It's a little bit too risky because it most probably is gonna hit this target. I'm not sure if we can go all the way up, but we will go to this low volume node that got created. Should I go in? No, we're not chasing. Let's go back to 1-minute chart. This low volume node might get tested. I see a bunch of orders at 75.38, which is here. Yeah, it's moving that way. But it's too late to join the party. We are not chasing it. This was the sign. We were talking about it. A good amount of buyers are active in this area, like aggressive buyers. And the sellers are here. So if the buyers don't let the sellers to break into this level, they're still in control. Let me get it. Oh, it's too late. No, we are in. Stop loss is below these aggressive sellers. It's a one risk to reward, but I'll see. Not a great trade, but profit is profit. This is a low volume node. You know what? It doesn't have enough strength. Let's get out. It might go up to here, but I was expecting these aggressive buyers to, to push it way harder. They may, I don't know. I mean, we made a little bit of profit, but that's nothing. This is the daily open, where we rejected from going down. So now it's showing some strength. Yeah, these aggressive buyers are taking it from here. Yeah. Maybe if I had seen these aggressive participants, I would have stayed longer, but doesn't matter. We don't chase because lots of buyers and no result also can mean absorption. We don't want to gamble that. Let's see if these guys are going to hold this level or not. We're in again. Stop loss about these sellers. TP high. Maybe just scalp it for like quick profits here and there. Not the right way, but at least some money. Let's go below here. Because if the buyers cannot hold this level, it's done. So $50 in profit. I'm gonna take my stop loss to break even, 1 point higher than break even to cover my commission. Now 2 points higher than break even. Now we're good. If our stop hits, we covered our commission and the slippage. Let me see. The buyers are not that strong here. If they can break this low volume node, we are golden. What can I do? Let me offload 1 or 2 contract here. Let me offload one here. Yeah, that's the low volume node that I told you. We're gonna reach that level. The sellers are trying to protect it. We have a bunch of sellers, but the buyers are also accumulating here. So buyers might be able to squeeze through it. This is a risk-free trade for us. We already took a slight profit up here. I'm gonna take another profit up here because we don't know if we're gonna hit it. We're gonna go through it or not. I'm gonna sell to this aggressive. Yeah, other profit to take profit. Stop loss going here again. So far, again, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. And this is the prop firm evaluation account. So this is not real money. Let's go get another one filled right at point of control, because point of control is also another resistance area or can act as support. Looks like we are going to, okay, let's move my stop loss under this one for 2 more contracts. I'm gonna move it a little slightly higher. I'm thinking to sell one more before we reach this low volume node and keep one runner. Stop loss under here, under this previous low volume node that might act as support. If the buyers can hold it, they're gonna shoot up. So this is it. We made $155 so far, and we have one runner. Let's see how far it's gonna go high. Now, right now, the next stop, if we break through this low volume node here, which was the opening of the cash session, if we break through this, the next stop would be 75.54, which is somewhere around here.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Oh, another iceberg. I already told you what iceberg means.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Another one. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. 2 icebergs, the same size, got filled. Look at this. One on the buy side, one on the sell side. The same size iceberg.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Another one on the sell side. So these sellers, these passive sellers and aggressive sellers are fighting or trying to hold this level. Let's see if they can hold it or not. Our stop loss is already in profit. We already made our money. This is the last contract I'm holding with the stop loss in the money, in profit. Below this low volume node, if the buyers can hold this low volume node, as you can see, we have a bunch of aggressive buyers in this zone. If they can hold this low volume node, which it is possible because of, let me see, what time is it? 10 sharp, 10:00. What time was it? 10:00. I didn't see that one, but that was very interesting. The same time that we got these aggressive sellers, we got a huge order block of the buyers came in at this level. 75.32, 33. This is where I entered. Interesting. They're following my orders. They're following my trades. Look at this. I'm not joking. This is it. You see this order block from 75.32? This is over 600 basically orders on the buy side. These are passive orders, and they came in right at 10. We entered around here. We entered at 9:58. So they copied my trade, I guess. Anyways, sellers are also very active in this area. Oh, actually, you're not looking at this. Sellers are very active in this area. I'm holding one runner, but seems like the buyers have difficulty to break this level. My stop is in profit. Now I'm looking at other things to do. So let's see what's happening in the options market. What's the GEX telling us? GEX is saying that we are still low. Actually, we entered the positive GEX territory, which is good. We have high volumes at 75.50, 75.30. Again, these are the ones that I'm reading are S&P 500, not ES. ES and S&P right now, they're about 15 points apart. 75, 20, 75, 30, 75, 50. These are the levels that we have basically the highest volumes in GEX, in gamma. Okay, I see the negative gamma is decreasing and positive gamma is increasing towards 75.50. 75.50 is about 75.65 in ES, which is about this level. This level is yesterday's open. Oh, take out. What happened? 1,300 contracts just sold. We took out our stop loss, but we are fine. Our stop loss was in profit, and the sellers apparently could, the sellers could. Oh wow! Look at this. 1,300 contracts here. Is the news coming out? Let me check my news app. What's happening? That was massive. Look at this. That's the crazy imbalance. These 0 prints, they're imbalances in the market. Normally that happens when a crazy news coming out and market makers usually remove their orders, and that makes the book thin. So those aggressive participants who have been in the know or had the news or whatever, insider traders or whatever, they can basically manipulate the market like this. See, buyers trying to go through this. If the buyers can fill this and go through this, that's a good sign that buyers are back in control. If not, then the sellers are in control. And this, actually, look at this. This was the low volume node that we were talking about this morning as well. So this level is this level used to be our low volume node this morning, and even not. Oh, you're not looking at this chart. This is the level, the low volume node that I drew earlier during the day, earlier in the morning, and this was the higher basic resistance box that I drew again earlier at the market open. So it seems like that buyers couldn't so far break through it. It might, let me see. We have a bunch of aggressive buyers here. Should I go short? Okay, let me close this. I normally go 5 lots, 5 micro, sometimes more. Another attempt for the buyers. Buyers are really trying hard to go back to this level. That's your problem, dude. Because hadn't you, leave the book thin like this? Look at this. This usually happens during the news and market manipulations by insiders and stuff. The market makers take the money out, and basically the book becomes thin, and manipulators can easily create all these 0 prints. That's super imbalanced. Let's get back to this chart. Again, the buyers right now, at this point, I'm not taking any trades because I don't know if the buyers can basically take over this low volume node again or not. If they can't, of course, it's an obvious short, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet because we got super aggressive buyers in this level as well from earlier during the day. You see that? So this level has a bunch of aggressive buyers, and this level has a bunch of aggressive sellers. So I'm still waiting. I'm waiting it out, not chasing, not gambling. Buyers are trying. This is not bad. But we are waiting it out at this point. Nice, nice, nice. I see some signs, but again, look at this. This is 0 parent on the top, and basically effort. You see this, the right column. These are aggressive buyers, and when you get here and you can't go further, and you have 0 parents here, 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 here. This is a sign of absorption, unless the buyers, oh yeah, they're going up. Some aggressive sellers came in. Sellers are petrified right now. Yes, 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 the buyers are trying. Looks super strong. Let's see if we can run through this level. If I get in a long position right now, how much would be my stop? If I get in a long, 75.33, 74.42. Wow, that's a huge stop. I don't want to risk it. If it turns, it will take my profit from earlier during the day, from earlier in the morning, and more, and some on top of it. So I don't want to give the money back to the market. So I'd rather get into a, safer trade. Even though it looks like they're breaking this, they may. A little bit more aggression and we are through this. However, if we break through this low volume node that created by market manipulators or insiders, we are still going to have this resistance zone as well. So the buyers have to have more firepower to break through this. So in that case, if they really be able to successfully break this 0 point node, in order to break this one, they have to come back and retest this area. So in that retest, I'm going to enter long with a stop somewhere here. Let's see what will happen. So far, so good from the buyer side. I'm not entering any trade at this point. Again, as you can see on the screen, this is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. And the money that you see here, this is not real money. This is prop firm evaluation account, full disclosure. So there's a big seller sitting at 75.42.75. 75.42.75 here. There's a big seller sitting exactly at here, and they're absorbing a bunch of these like aggressive buyers. Wow, the buyers are fighting it. Wow, look, once they broke through that aggressive, like big passive seller, wow, look at this. The delta became 0. So they countered the almost 0. They countered that aggressive seller. So now we are back in the game. Buyers are back in the game. Yeah, I wanted to, as you mentioned, if you go back like 4 minutes into the video, I wanted to enter long here, but I controlled myself because I didn't want chase, because had I entered here, my stop would have been here. It would be more than what I basically my profit earlier in the morning. So I didn't want to give money back to the market in case this goes south. But the analysis was right. I just didn't enter based on principle. This is the resistance. If we break this one and we close this candle on top of it, and this is the 30-minute range for the day. We're at daily open cash session, daily open New York open right now. It looks like we might break it, actually. If we close the candle above it, that's a good sign that the long basically trade might work, because this is the good old opening range breakout trade. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get in, but I didn't want to risk it either. Risk the money that we made earlier during the day. Because normally when that happens means that some insider, knows about something. 1,300 contracts is not something that, you and me be able. And these are mini contracts. These are not micro. I'm trading micro right now. So it got rejected from here. It might go back and reload. The reload could be this level. This is the one. So if we get back here and don't go down, that's a retest to go higher. I might get in here for a long trade. Again, this is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes. Canceling my order. We got an imbalance here. Return control here. This might come and retest this level. I'm not going to short it at this point because the buyers seem strong. But I give the possibility of coming back and retest. In retest, I'm going to get in. Still waiting it out. I don't want to give back the profit that we made half an hour ago. So still waiting it out. Because the aggression that I see might not be enough. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, what happened? Okay, so now this is the low volume one. Let's see if the buyers can hold this. We're gonna go long. The sellers are aggressive right now. The buyers are here strong. I'm gonna put it here. Get filled, get filled. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just, for education and entertainment purposes. Go back in, go back in. This is the low volume node. If the buyers can protect this, they're gonna shoot higher. If not, it's gonna go down. I got filled 4 contracts. Yeah, no, 5 contracts. Okay, that's good so far. I'm gonna put my stop loss below this aggressive seller buyer here. So I'm gonna put it here. So this is my stop loss. It's still slightly higher than. Okay, now because I don't trust this market, I'm gonna start offloading. Yeah, stop loss below these aggressive buyers. Again, another offload here. I'll probably offload 2 or 3 and then. Okay, so 3 contracts will be fine. I'm gonna put my stop loss again here. So even if I hit my stop loss here, I'm still good for the day. Because yeah, buyers are not fighting it really good down here. Let me offload another one. Yeah, so I'm in with 2 contracts, 2 micro contracts, stop loss below these aggressive buyers. I made this and that one. If I sell right now, the footprints shows some signs of absorption. I don't like that. But aggressive buyers, there are a bunch of aggressive buyers here, might be able to push it up. These may come back in. These levels, we have some aggressive buyers. They're losing this level. Yeah. I see some 0 prints in the sell, in the buy side with the aggressive sellers. That's not good. But again, we are good. We are positive from earlier during the day. These aggressive buyers are still here. If the sellers can break through these guys, then the long, basically, the long trade for now, at least for the next little bit, is going to not be the case. So far, let's wait it out and see what will happen. In the footprint chart, let me show you the footprint. This is the footprint. In the footprint chart, you can see aggression from the sellers and 0 prints from the buyers. That's usually meaning that the book has been thinner. So, and we didn't have any counterparts, any aggressive counterparts here. You see, 9, 8. The ratio wasn't that good, and the point of control stays down, even though there are a bunch of aggressive buyers are here. So let's go back to. I'm glad that I offloaded 3 of my 5 contracts because the buyers seem that they're not as aggressive as before. Look at this. These are the aggressive buyers. They're going through them. Wow. It's okay. I'm still positive for the day. This is the last line of defense. If they can't defend this, the long trade basically is over for at least for a little while. Yeah, we are out. So our P&L for the day is $130 so far. We gave back a little bit like $30 from the profit that we had from the trade earlier during the day. So, and look at this, we are still within the range. Let me make it 3 minutes. We are still inside the range. This is the range from early. This is the 30 minutes. You see that these dotted line, the dashed lines, these are the 30-minute ranges from early into the day. So far, we don't enter any trades at this point. This is the middle zone, and we don't trade in the middle zone, and we don't chase. We're gonna wait to see one of these levels react to, let me see, one of these levels react to the orders or order flow. Let me remove this one. Next stop, we have a bunch of passive sellers from 75.28 to 75.25. So this area, we have a bunch of I mentioned passive buyers. I see 405 contracts at 75.28, which is here. There are a bunch of big passive buyers down here. Let's see how the sellers are gonna react to them. Normally when you have like a big passive buyer, or seller, something like this happens. You see a big trade and then there's a bounce. Again, we are not trading this at this point because there might also be the possibility that they ran, basically they run through that passive buyer. We have to see. So the passive buyer is literally here. This is where the passive buyers are. I'll show you. These are the passive buyers, and as you can see, some aggressive buyers are also joining them. Let's see if the sellers can go through them or not. Let's get back to the main chart. I'm waiting for a big trade. I'm not trading this right now. I'm waiting for an aggression from the sellers. If that aggression cannot break through this passive buyer, that's when you're going to see a rebound or a retracement or bounce back. This might be a fake out, you know, or anything.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Okay, somebody what? Alert iceberg. Oh, this was the iceberg on the seller side. So there's a seller, passive aggressive seller here that sends in lots of smaller trades, lots of smaller orders. They don't want to look active, like aggressive. This is the daily open. Interestingly, this level is the daily open on Tuesday as well. By daily open mean that this software calculates the day from the 6 p.m. Eastern time. So this is the extended trading hours daily open, not the cash session. The cash session you can see. This is the candle for the cash session. So the cash session opened here. I'm not trusting this green candle. I'm not trading it at this point. We're waiting. Buyers are back in. We're again. So this was the level that we have the most aggressive buyers. And interestingly, this level is yesterday's point of control. Wow, look at this aggression here. 484 sellers came in and went through this, and they created this bubble, which I like. So now, that's why I mentioned to you, I don't trust
Alert iceberg on ES.
because normally in those levels, we need to see like aggression to go through or bounce from. So these 484 removed all that big order block of passive buyers.
Alert iceberg on ES.
And we see a bunch of icebergs coming in. So let's see. They ran through this. Now if we bounce, the bounce would be real. Or if we go through them, that would be real. So let's see. Should I go? Yeah, too late. Look at this. Yeah, I was thinking, should I go in or not? But it's okay. You can't catch all these trades. Sometimes you need to be super fast. And I'm looking because this is the prop firm valuation account. So this is not real money, but I treat it as like real money. However, again, this is not financial advice or whatever. But also I have another trading platform which I trade options during the day. So sometimes when I pay attention to different things, I might lose opportunities like this. Yeah. That was too quick. Anyways, so and we are not chasing it. But that's why I say I'm waiting for these big trades, the aggression, to see the result of aggression on that huge level that we know exists. This is the low volume node that we had here. The sellers protected it once. Let's see if they can protect it again. If they protect it, let me see how much would be my stop loss if I go from here 7539 to 7541. If they reject from here, I might enter short. Okay, we're in the box in the low volume node. Buyers are active here. 7539. 7539 is the level that is here. You have a bunch of aggressive sellers here. If they can hold this level, okay, I'm gonna enter short here. Stop loss right above this level. So I'm not losing more than $6. Take profit down here. Again, this is not financial advice and this is not real money. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So we are in the trade right now with the tight stop loss because I don't trust this. I saw a bunch of sellers came in and then they went back. So I don't know, maybe I should sell here because I don't trust this move. Yeah. Anyways, I made a few bucks here and there. The sellers pulled back. I don't like that sign. So basically I made another $30. So, and my profit and loss is the same as earlier this morning with the first big trade that I did. I lost $30 in the previous trades stop loss. So now I made it back. But again, because I'm not sure, because I saw that the sellers, there were a bunch of sellers here that they pulled out. That's why I sold my short from here to here. I made $30. And I'm glad that I sold because, yeah, this is it. You see? My stop loss would have been here. So it was possible that my stop loss hit. And if they go at 10:37, there are a bunch of buyers came in. 10:37. Here. Yeah, right after the sellers pulled out, a minute later, a bunch of buyers, like passive buyers, came in at 75.32, which is here. So if I had a long, I would have put my stop loss below here. Again, this is not financial advice. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I don't know why we need to repeat that, but because apparently people, you know, if they lose, they want to blame anybody than themselves. So the buyers seem to be in control right now, but I'm not going to chase it. I was in a short here, sold with $30 profit and was out. So now let's see if they can break through this level. If we break this, because we touched this level 3 times so far, once earlier in the morning, and then like an hour ago, and half an hour ago, and now we're gonna touch it again. What time is it? So it's about 10:39. The options premiums are falling as well. So this might not be a bad time for me to switch to options instead of futures. We made $160 today so far. Again, this is not this valuation account for prop firm. This is not real money. I don't stream from my main trading computer. But normally these are the trades that I basically take on my options account as well for a long and short position. But in options, I normally trade spreads, credit spreads, and sometimes debit spreads when it comes to 0 DTE. Okay, before I log out, so this was my level from the morning earlier today, that this was low volume node earlier in the morning, and this was another low volume node earlier in the morning. If we break through this, you can play the breakout, basically the open range breakout. But today, from the day that I see, I don't think we are gonna have crazy run-ups or run-downs. Similar to yesterday, the daily candle probably would look like something like this. Let me show you before I leave. I'm gonna show you. So yesterday, the daily candle was like this, like similar, like a slight similar to the doji inverse hammer or something, because the wick down here was like, okay, let me remove this. Yeah, this was the wick down here and the wick up, and today probably is going to be an inside like day. So I don't think we are going to have crazy volatility today. Volatility probably would be back later in the week, probably Friday or so, something, that we are going to have a, like either retracement or a push higher. So yeah, this is it. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and one more time to do a recap. Low volume node resistance, low volume node, lots of trade happened after basically maybe an hour after we opened the market. Another area. So these were my 3 areas that I was trading off of. This one, that would have been a great long. I missed it by a few seconds on live. You can see that. You can watch that after this. I wanted to enter, but you know that was too fast. I couldn't get in. And this was a quick short, a scalp, $30 in and out. And let's see what will happen here. Before I leave, let me see.
Alert iceberg on ES.
Look, here we have a bunch of aggressive buyers, I see, and a bunch of passive buyers around here. So it might be a long, but this is one of those trades that I do, like probably I go with 1 or 2 micro contracts. I don't trust it that much, but it could be a setup for long before I head out. I wanted to tell you about it. So it could be a setup for long. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. It is possible. It may not. Anyways, so I'm heading out. I'm not in a trade as of right now. We made $168 today. And again, this video was for educational and entertainment purposes and not financial advice. I'll try to do these lives once to twice a week. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Take care. Ciao.